Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda Kulik, and I was a member of the cohort that started January of 2021. Before joining the academy, and actually while I was in the academy, I was an elementary school teacher. I taught both first and third grades. And I knew for quite some time that I wanted to get out of the classroom because my favorite part of teaching was the curriculum design, creating lessons, making them engaging for my learners. And I felt like as the years went on in the classroom, I had less and less opportunities to do the things that I really loved about teaching. So I knew I wanted to find another career. I met someone who actually was an instructional designer. And at that point, I didn't even know what instructional design was. But as I talked to her more and more, I realized that it really was the elements of teaching that I loved and didn't have the opportunity to do much of anymore. So I got my master's in learning and technology, which taught me a lot about the adult learning theories and about the design process, but I really didn't learn much about how to become an instructional designer or the different tools I needed to be successful. So I met someone in my master's program who had found out about the Idle Courses Academy, and I immediately went on Facebook and started to learn everything I could about it. I joined the Become an Idle Challenge. And then from there, I realized, wow, this is something I really want to do. I will be able to use those skills that I feel like I'm the strongest in being creative and designing instruction for learners that are a little bit older than my current students. But I felt like that was the direction that I needed to go in my career. So I joined Idle Courses Academy, and that was the best decision I had ever made. And now I have been an instructional designer for a little over 3 months, and I am loving everything about it. I love how I get to design different documents. I've made some job aids. I'm working on a video in Camtasia. And so I feel like I can be creative and I can use those skills that were my strongest skills when I was a teacher. So when you join the Idle Courses Academy, the very first thing that you get to take part in is the DoItMessy jumpstart. You might be thinking, what's the DoItMessy jumpstart? Actually, it was the thing that got me the most excited about my idle journey to becoming an idol. In the first 14 days, you get introduced to all kinds of topics and tools that you will need to use as an instructional designer. So let me tell you a little bit about the DoItMessy Jumpstart. So it's 14 days. Each day, there will be a challenge or a task that you need to complete in order to be successful in your journey to becoming an idol. For example, you're going to build the shell of your portfolio website. As a teacher, I didn't even have any idea that a portfolio was needed. So this was definitely something that I was excited to find out in those first 14 days. I used Google Sites because I felt that that was one of the easiest platforms to create my website in, but there are other options as well. And what was so fun about creating my website was that you learn how to brand yourself. Really? Yeah. Like I didn't know that was a thing. So you got to go and explore different colors that you enjoy, what colors go together that all complement each other, what fonts work together and complement the colors that you chose. It was so neat. You learned about Canva, so you could go and design like a banner for your website and for your portfolio. You get to get some icons and you get to take those icons and change them into your color scheme that you've chosen. So you really get to be creative at the very start of this DoItMessy challenge. And you get to do something that you might have never done before, but you find is actually pretty exciting. So that is one of the biggest tasks that you will create at the start of the DoItMessy challenge. Going back into that Canva, you will also learn how to design a job aid or an infographic. You will also get to design a banner for your LinkedIn profile. So you really get to jump into Canva, which is a really neat sort of graphic design tool, one that has you create different types of posters, different kinds of banners. So it's a really neat tool that you'll get to learn about at the beginning of the DoItMessy Jumpstart. Also, Dr. Robin gets you into the not storyline, but Articulate Rise. It is a e-learning platform that is a lot more simple to learn than Storyline, but it sort of gets you into that mindset of building e-learning. So you end up designing a roadmap or an outline for a course that you find interesting. You get feedback from your peers in the network. And then you also can get feedback from the coaches. And then as you get that feedback on your design documents or your outline that you create for your course, then eventually you get to go into Articulate Rise and design your very first e-learning course. That was pretty cool. Like, I really enjoyed getting to go and do that. So that was one of the other things in the Do It Messy challenge that I just found to be one of the most exciting pieces of that challenge. She also challenges you to get out there in the instructional design community. And that is something that I didn't even know was a possibility. As a teacher, I didn't know LinkedIn existed. Honestly, I never would have thought in a million years to go examine and figure out LinkedIn and become a member of that community. So she challenges you during that Do It Messy challenge to get a LinkedIn profile put together. She teaches you exactly what to put in your profile and how to make your profile stand out and how to get noticed. You start connecting with others in the cohort and others in the academy, but also others in the instructional design community on LinkedIn. And you quickly realize there is a world out there of IDs who are on LinkedIn that want to help you out and who want to help you be successful. So taking that challenge on the LinkedIn day of the Do It Messy challenge, I think is really important. And I'm so glad that I did that. And to go along with that is your resume. Again, that's something else that I didn't realize I was going to have to revamp completely when I joined the Idle Courses Academy. But in that 14-day Do It Messy challenge, Dr. Robin teaches you exactly how to create an ID resume. And as a teacher, I did have many transferable skills. And so will you if you're a teacher or if you're in another career. You definitely have skills on your resume that can transition into instructional design. You just might not know how to change those on your resume. So Dr. Robin in the 14-day challenge gives you some tools that show you how to take your already full and good and important skills that you have and turn those into some bullet points on your resume. So in that first 2 weeks, you will rewrite your resume and you can get feedback on it and you can get it right up on your LinkedIn profile. All of this happens in the first 14 days, right? I know, 2 weeks and you get all of this completed. She also challenges you to start looking for jobs. Start looking to see what the jobs are asking of you. What are some of those skills that you need to strengthen in order to be a successful instructional designer? So you're going to look for jobs in those first 2 weeks, and actually you're going to apply for one. I know that seems a little scary because it's only been 14 days and 2 weeks, but you know what? You're getting yourself out there. You are doing it messy. And that's the challenge. And that's why the Do It Messy challenge really does get you excited and get you going in your career change to instructional design. So why did Dr. Robin create the Do It Messy challenge? She really just wants you to get your feet wet. She wants you to get started. I know many of us are perfectionists, myself included. And so if I didn't have that structure to say, okay, Amanda, every single day you're going to do something new and you're going to do something exciting. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck on that portfolio website for 2 days, 1 week, 2 months. Just get it out there, get started, and go on to the next thing. Because if you take too long on one particular task, you get stuck. And then you might start thinking, maybe this isn't for me. I don't think I can do this. So she challenges you to just keep going. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be messy, and that's okay. And I really did find that to be something that really helped me get through the Idle Courses 8-week cohort was just doing it messy, getting that portfolio out there and putting it out there. I think I've already talked about this a little bit, but it was my favorite 14 days of the 8-week cohort, honestly. In that time, I met two wonderful friends who I still talk to today, who we went through that challenge together. So I definitely challenge you as well to hook up with some other IDs looking to transition and become accountability partners with them. Challenge each other to get through that Do It Messy challenge. That was definitely one of the things that I liked most about it. I also liked how it just kept me going. Like, I'm a person who needs a schedule. I need deadlines. I am not someone who can just be given a list of videos and say, watch them on your own time. No, I need that structure. So the Do It Messy challenge was perfect for me because I knew for 14 days I was going to be working hard and I was going to be creating all kinds of assets for my portfolio. And I was going to be going in the right direction to making this career change that I so much needed. So honestly, like, yeah, it was a great experience for me. Like, every single day after work, I knew I was going to come home and I was going to work on something. And Dr. Robin would have exactly what I was going to be working on listed right there on the Do It Messy challenge. I had a new resume. I had a LinkedIn profile. I had connected with people on LinkedIn that I didn't even know existed prior to the 14 days. I had created a job aid. I had created an outline, a storyboard, and an e-learning course in Rise. I created an ILT, an instructional led training. And I also really had fun researching and learning new topics. Honestly, like, the only dislikes I might have to the challenge is that it ended, right? I think I would have liked the Do It Messy 30-day challenge, because after the 14 days, I sort of felt like, now what? Where do I go next? Like, I finished the 14-day challenge. I have all of these assets started. What do I do now? So that's sort of where my accountability partners came into play, because we were sort of talking and trying to figure out, okay, we did the 14 days. We were successful. We created, or we at least started creating, all of these assets and all of these things leading towards our goals. But it took me I don't even know, a couple of days after the 14-day challenge to get myself back into a good routine. And finally, I just said I had to start finishing a lot of the assets that I had started during the challenge, and I needed to get everything up on my portfolio. So I felt like I had accomplished something. So that was probably the biggest challenge for me, was trying to figure out where to go next after the 14-day challenge. So 100% it helped me. And 100% I challenge you to take the 14-day challenge. Just do it. It's going to be messy. It's not going to be perfect. And you can always go back and tweak those assets after the 14 days. You just want to get started. Just jump right in and get started. Start building, start learning, meet new people, challenge each other to build assets and stay on track for the 14-day challenge. If you do that, I know you will be successful in the academy, because you will have so many pieces of that puzzle already started after the 14-day challenge as you move on through the 8-week cohort. So as I leave you, I challenge you, as you join the academy, take part in the 14-day Do It Messy Jumpstart. You will not be disappointed.